rich as fuck. Today, we're going to be learning how to do the King's Gambit. And here are some tips and tricks for this. The King's Gambit is a very old opening. It's been since like the 1900s. And it's one of the greatest gambits. It usually starts like e4, e5, f4. f4 is the King's Gambit. Basically, you sack the f pawn and like you take, or you can play. This move is the worst move in the position if you play that. If you play this, this is the best move. d5, or you could play the counter gambit as we reviewed in the Queen's Gambit video. That this is like the Albans counter gambit, except if they take, you take with the queen, which is like the Scandinavian after knight c3. Yeah. Okay, so they take. Yeah. So basically, or if they develop knight f3, you could take, and they're threatening the knight. So the knight takes e5, and this is an equal position. But if you play bishop c5 instead of knight here, knight c3, knight to f6, knight queen e2. This is threatening. It's on lining up with the king, and then explosion. Sack the knight. Now, as you see, what are we threatening here? We're threatening to do that and fork. Oh my god. So if they take, we go queen c4, check. And we win the bishop. Here's another line. You play there. If they take, they fell into the trap. Knight d4. Yeah. And white is in big trouble. So they're forced to queen d1. And then sack the knight. And then if they take, check. What? So they're forced to block with the bishop, and then you go f2, check. You don't take the bishop. You force the king to f1, and then it's mate. Oh my god. Chris, cross applesauce. 2 bishops and a queen. Literally, this is. Oh my god. The pawn literally is mating in just 12 moves. Dang. Here's another line. You can play also bishop. If I play bishop d5, you just play this. Yeah. Like, you can't play knight to f6 because they're threatening this. If you take, it's a fork. Yeah. So don't do that. Instead, this is what you should play. This is what you should play. Instead of knight f6. If you see that move, play this move. And then the position is equally. Now that they have done that, you play that. If they take, then you go bishop g4. But then, oh my god. Sacrificing the queen. Like they're forced to sack the queen because of this. Oh my god. You played that? You're threatening the queen? The queen is trapped. Oh my god. Well, that's what happens if they take your rook. If they play c6, you play queen e2. That's what white you should play. But then c takes e5, queen takes e5. These two things, King's Gambit is just win or lose for both sides. It's a mysterious gambit where both sides have a chance to win and lose. So, if you play that, you literally just trap the rook. You're forced to play this. You're forced to play queen. You're forced to play that. But here's another trap. If they try to trap your rook, you go bishop there. They're like, oh, the only move is this. But then, oopsies, you've blundered your queen to a pin. Now, if they take like that, you can go knight to f3 and bishop c4 and like queen h4, and you just get destroyed. Like, this is unstoppable unless you like play that move. Or you could play that. Yeah, and it's an equal game until, as you see, it's just an equal game. But this album's counter gambit, you need to know all of these lines. Like, if you don't know all of these lines, then you don't know. So basically, if you want to play like a grandmaster, then learn all of this King's Gambit theory. I used chess vibes for this and chess nuke. Okay. Yeah. Oh my god. I'm not gonna review all of this. It's mostly just like a lot of lines, and that might be boring. Here's one interesting line. H4, G4. Literally, it involves a mating. And then you get the queen aligned with it. King F2 is, you can't block with the queen really, because they just take the knight. Yeah. But then you play knight f6, king f3, queen e4, mate. How cool, mate. Yeah. It's just crazy. These last few lines are mates. One of them is like where you lure the king and then you mate them by literally just fork and then mate. That's just a cool mate. The last line is an equal position. Basically, if they play queen takes e4, you can play that in the positions equally equal. If they play knight d7, and like, here's another. If they play c6, rook e1, knight d7, rook e1. Like, this position is equal if you don't blunder. Which, I suppose you wouldn't blunder this pin. But, if you did, because this is for higher level players. And this one is just mate. Like, there's a lot of lines. Like, if you want to get higher rated, like if you're around 1400 to like 1800, play the King's Gambit. Because probably your opponent doesn't know all these lines. Because they haven't studied the King's Gambit that much. If that's the case, then you're gonna get a lot of wins with this. Either if you're white or black. If you know how to defend, you will win with black. And if you know how to attack with white, with the King's Gambit, then you can win. Like this one. This vlog, it took a lot of time to make. It took me around 2 hours. It was exciting. I learned a lot. I hope you learned a lot. And make sure to check out this blog if you want to learn more, and if you want to check out it, check all the lines and learn about it. Thank you. Make sure to follow me on my account, and make sure to like and subscribe. Have a great day. Bye.